Zimbabwe is facing, gays in Zimbabwe are facing a lot of harassment, according to human rights groups. One of the things that they're facing is not just verbal harassment and not even just physical harassment, but rape. Now, how does that work, right? The first time I read the headline, I was like, what, are you raping guys to show them that being gay is bad? That doesn't seem to make too much sense. But it turns out that is largely not the case. What they're doing is they're apparently forcing guys that they think are gay to have sex with women, which would then lead me to pretend that I'm gay in Zimbabwe. Okay, and then they go, no, don't make me do it. Oh, what can I do? Well, okay, she was really hot. You win, I'm converted. All right, now it's a serious issue, and of course it doesn't really work that way. But now the second part of it is even more serious. They are raping some of the women that they think are lesbians. Now, instantly when I hear that, I think, oh, I mean, that's the most convenient excuse I've ever heard, right? Oh, I thought she was a lesbian, so I had to rape her. So I'm not buying that at all. And that's always what happens in this kind of horrific discrimination and ignorance, right? And some people try to take advantage of it while trying to pretend to be sexually pure. But the second twist on that is even better. They're getting family members to rape the lesbians. So we're going to cure you of your homosexuality by doing incest. Yeah, that's probably the more moral route. Okay, but when you get into these kind of fundamentalists, it doesn't matter if it's religious, cultural fundamentalists, they always don't make any sense. They don't operate based on logic. It's not logical to hate gay people in the first place. What difference does it make? But Zimbabwe, now I'm going to say something that's a little controversial, but is of course a little backwards. Okay, now Mugabe has been oppressing that country for a long time, and there was a study done recently where they talked about how the more advanced the country is, the more open it is to gay rights. Those things are not necessarily correlated. It's not like you're open to gay rights, all of a sudden you get advancement. No, but when you have advancement, a lot of times it leads to people being more open-minded, getting an education and realizing there's nothing wrong with gay people, and you don't have to rape them, and you don't have to assault them, and you don't have to harass them. So, I mean, even the prime minister in Zimbabwe, who's more open to being against the abuse, et cetera, says, don't get me wrong, I personally abhor them, but maybe we shouldn't beat them and assault them and do all these terrible things, and we should be open to non-discrimination based on race or gender or sexual orientation, which in Zimbabwe, you know, you got to give them credit for in some ways. And of course, Robert Mugabe has vowed that gay rights would not be protected in a new constitution, and he has called homosexuals lower than pigs and dogs. That's what I mean. That's a telltale sign of a president who's leading the country in the wrong direction and who's backwards, who is ignorant. And that's, you know, probably Mugabe in a nutshell right there.